friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sitting down and I'm doing a full face of Essence Cosmetics. This is probably like the most affordable brand at Ulta. They are, I don't want to say cheap, but they are so cheap. And honestly, a lot of the products I've tried so far from them have been bomb.com. So I am super excited. I have this whole basket here filled with goodies of nothing but Essence Cosmetics, and I cannot wait to try it out for you guys. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see a full face of probably the best, most affordable brand, I don't know, let's find out. Let's go ahead and get started. So for a couple of these products, I did previously own them. I will let you know what I already owned and what I had to actually purchase and pick up and didn't own prior to filming this video. So I have my Ulta Beauty receipt here with all of my goodies and what I paid for them, so I can let you know how much they cost. But starting off with eyes, I previously owned these two eyeshadow palettes. I actually already have like a first impressions video with them. I can have that linked in the eye down below in case you missed it. It's actually like one of my most viewed videos on my channel, which is pretty exciting, not gonna lie. But they are the Essence Bronze This Way eyeshadow palette and then the Dancing Green. These babies are $3.99. They're $4, and it is insane to me that they are only $4. The quality, the shadows, the blendability, the shimmers, the packaging, everything about this is top notch. I don't know which one I want to use today. I have this pink shirt on, so honestly either one of these would go. Maybe I'll do a mixture, I don't know, but then I don't like doing that because then you feel like you have to pick up both, you know, to like possibly recreate the look, although they're $4. So you'd be spending $8 for both of these. I did think about picking up a third one to have like a new one for this video, and then I was like, Emily, don't. Just come on, use the two you already own. So I think I'm gonna start off with this color right here in the Bronze This Way palette, and we're gonna put that into my crease. Oh, I almost forgot, I also picked up a brush from Essence. I don't know why, I just have never really tried any of their tools or really heard many people talking about their tools. So this is their eye blender brush. This I did obviously purchase because it is in the packaging. So this was, let me look at my receipt, $2.99. $2.99. So I don't think that's a bad deal. I am going to go ahead and spray it with my Cinema Secrets to clean it off before I use it. So we're not going to start off with this brush because it's pretty like thin and densely packed. That'll be for like the deepening shade. So let me grab a different brush. So I wanted to start off with this shade because it really shows up on my eye deeper than it is in the pan, which I don't know. I don't love that because it doesn't look like what it looks like in the pan, but I also do like that I have a pretty nice transition shade between these two palettes. So next I'm going to go into the dark brown in the Dancing Green palette, and we're going to try out the brush. I just cannot get over how good these eyeshadow palettes are for the affordability. Like, they blend so nicely, the shimmers are beautiful, they don't get patchy, they last all day. I've worn both of these palettes multiple times, like after the original video I did, and I've been impressed with them every single solitary time I've used them. Alright, so that's turning out pretty cool tone. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into the dark brown in the Bronze This Way palette and see if we can warm it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's a much warmer brown. I'm going to go back in with that original shade, make sure everything's nice and blended. I know this is an Essence, but I use it every single time I do my eyeshadow. So I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer, put it on the inner half of my lid, and then I think from the Dancing Green palette, we're going to go in with this shade at the top. It's like a really pretty greeny shimmery shade, so let's see how that looks. Oh, that shade is so pretty. And then I'm going to go into this shimmer in the Bronze This Way palette, the more like deep bronze shimmer, and we're going to put that out here. Alrighty, I think we're going to keep the eyes there for now. I like this look so far. I like the transition of like green to bronzy to brown, and I think that it is very pretty. So let me go do the other eye, and then we got so many more Essence goodies to try. It's not even funny, so be right back. So I forgot to say, but I liked the brush. It was nice. I like how like pointed and really precise it is for blending. It's good for the crease, and it's very soft, and it feels like really nice and sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break or the bristles are gonna come out really easily or anything like that. So moving on to primer, I picked up their Skin Lovin' Sensitive Primer. This is moisturizing and nourishing. It says it's non-comedogenic and has aloe vera in it. It also says it has no fragrance, alcohol, silicones, parabens, or mineral oil. So this is supposed to be like the really sensitive line, which I enjoy that. It says it's moisturizing primer suitable for sensitive skin. Okay, it says all the same things I just told you. So this retails for $5.99. There was another hydrating primer that was $4.99, I believe, from them, but it didn't have like all these claims of like sensitive, fragrance free, all of the above. So I figured, you know what? I know for a fact that some of my friends that watch my videos are sensitive to fragrance in their skincare and their makeup, whether it be it triggers headaches for them or it causes them to break out. So I figured I would pick up the sensitive one. It was only $1 more to give this one a go. And plus, I need a hydrating primer. Yo, girl has dry skin. So I'm excited to try this out today. So I'm just gonna shake it. It doesn't say to, but I don't know. And then, okay, so it comes in a little squeezy tube. Let's squeeze some out. Okay, so it's like a really lotiony sort of consistency. That might have been way too much. So I'm gonna go in with like a little bit at first. There really is no like scent or anything like that. Okay, so it feels nice. It does just feel like a lotion consistency, but it seems to be like drying down. Okay, so I think I like that. It does seem to like have dried down completely. It doesn't feel like too moisturizer, like it doesn't feel like too oily or greasy or anything like that. It definitely sunk into my skin as a tiny bit of tack to it. Honestly, it felt just like a moisturizer. So personally, so far, I don't like this more than my Catrice Aqua Fresh hydrating primer, and that one is about the same price. But this one is nice. It's not like terrible. So moving on to a foundation, the next thing I picked up was the Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. So this says it is a hydrating foundation with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera, 24-hour long-wear fresh and lasting moisturization with a natural coverage finish and weightless skin feel. It is also vegan. I picked up the shade 010 Cool Porcelain. I have heard Taylor Wynn rave about this foundation and say that it is really lovely, and she seems to really enjoy it. And I know she's kind of picky when it comes to foundations, so I'm excited to test this out. So it comes in this cute little squeezy tube. I think that is cute, and then it just kind of squeezes out. I did open it already and swatch it just to see if it was going to be a good match, and I think it's going to be. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit out onto my hand. It's pretty liquidy, as you can see, and I'm just going to dot it on my face. So this does seem to have a little bit of a scent to it, but nothing like too intense or too aggressive. So I'm just going to start blending this out onto my face. I hope it has enough coverage for me. You guys know, well, if you don't know, I like pretty full coverage foundations. So we shall see what this does. I feel like that blended into nothing. Like it looks like I didn't really put much on my face. Okay, let's try the forehead. I don't know if I told you, but this retails for $6.99. So definitely on the affordable end of the spectrum. Oh, I'm not loving how this is looking so far. Let me put more on because I used up everything that was on my hand, and I feel like it looks like I have nothing on like my cheeks. So let's try to add some more. Okay, so I definitely feel like the coverage is adding and like covering, what am I trying to say, layering on top of itself very nicely. It's definitely adding more coverage with this second layer, which is what I wanted. Okay, so this is with 2 layers on my cheeks. It's definitely not the amount of coverage that I typically tend to go for. You can definitely still see a bunch of redness, all of my acne scars still peeking through. So I don't love that, if I'm being honest. And it really looks kind of dry on my skin, especially like right here and on my nose and around my mouth. Oh my gosh. This, okay, just figured it out. So I was wondering, like, why am I not liking this? This is reminding me so much of the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation. When I tried that, how this is sitting on my skin and blending in and looking is reminding me of the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation, and I did not like that foundation at all. I ended up returning it to Sephora. It's not as bad as the Peach Perfect, but just like how it's sitting on top of my skin, looking kind of dry, sinking into my pores a tiny bit, they seem to be very comparable and coverage-wise, which makes sense that Taylor Wynn loves this foundation because she also loves the Too Faced Peach Perfect. She has raved about it in a bunch of her videos in the past, and each time I hear her talking about it, I'm like, oh, that did not work out for me. So yeah, those seem to be very, very similar to each other, at least on me and my skin and how they are performing. So yeah, I don't love this, and I feel like it looks like I didn't put foundation on. Like, minus the fact that it's looking dry in these areas that I'm saying, and it's like not blending in well above my lip and all of that, it looks like I didn't put anything on. Like, everything is still peeking through. So I don't love that. I don't love this. I don't love this at all. Okay, well, we're gonna move on. So moving on to concealer, I ended up picking up their Camouflage Matte Concealer. I picked up the shade 10 Light Rose, and this was $3.99. So I've heard really good things about this concealer. It says it's waterproof and tattoo covering, so it's supposed to be like super full coverage. But I'm a little nervous to try it because I was honestly expecting to enjoy that foundation, and I don't. So we shall see. I'm gonna go ahead and let's do a swatch just to see what it looks like. It looks kind of yellow. It looks kind of yellow, but we're gonna try it out anyways. I'm gonna go in with an open mind, even though that foundation kind of ruined me. But we're gonna go here and just put coverage where I didn't get it from the foundation. Alrighty, so it's blending out to be a pretty decent color. What is happening on my chin right here? It's like completely breaking up on my chin and not like blending in. What in the world? What is happening? Where I'm putting down the concealer and then blending it in, it's like coming up. You guys, what is happening right now? This has never happened to me. Right here on my chin, it's completely coming up when I'm trying to blend it. Here on my nose, do you see? And then right in the middle of my forehead. I hope you can see this on camera. It like, where I placed it and now I'm trying to blend it, it completely took up my foundation underneath, and it's like not blending at all. And it's like, the more I try to blend it, the worse it's getting. Okay. I don't know what to do. I can't have like a piece of foundation on my forehead missing, and like my nose and my chin. But like when I try to add more and keep blending it in, it's like making it worse and like taking more off. So I'm going to get like a clean part of my sponge. That's not helping. That doesn't seem to be helping. I don't know what to do. Because this looks so, it just is like completely gone. Like, do I go take my base off and just like chalk it up and say like, this is a bad foundation? But like, I don't know what's causing it. Is the concealer taking up the foundation because the concealer's bad? Or is the foundation just coming up because the foundation's bad? Or is it the primer not working together? But they're all from the same line. They should all work together. This is not how this video I thought was gonna go. I thought I was gonna be like, Essence is the best affordable brand you could ever buy. Go buy it all. And that is not what's happening. I hope you can see on camera how like bad it's looking and how like dry and how this is like completely gone. I hate to do this. But I think I'm gonna go take my base off. I'm gonna take my base off, reapply my skincare, sunscreen, all of that. And I guess we'll come back and try the primer again and the concealer, and maybe use the foundation that I know I love. I think it's a foundation, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna take my base off and we'll be back to start fresh, I think. I don't know. Ugh. Okay, we are back. My makeup is removed, my skincare is reapplied, my sponge is washed because I don't want cross-contamination. I think I'm just going to reapply the primer, and then we're going to apply my Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation on top because I love this foundation and I know how it wears and I know how it applies. So if like this looks bad on me, then we'll know it's the primer, but I can't eliminate all three, you know what I mean? So let's reapply this again. Maybe I'll use less this time. Maybe that'll help. Alrighty, I got that all blended in. So while I still think that the foundation was the main culprit in making my face look so bad earlier, I do think this primer had something to do with it because this Physicians Formula foundation is not looking the same on me as it normally does. Like, it has way less coverage than it normally does. If you can see a bunch of redness peeking through my cheeks here, it didn't cover up my acne scars or anything like that. And normally this foundation is like very full coverage, and I usually typically have to go in with one layer, and I even went in with two, and it still is looking like this and has all of that redness and stuff peeking through. So I just don't know if this is a good primer, and that foundation definitely is not a winner in my eyes. Okay, we're gonna try the concealer again. Let's try it under our eyes first and go from there. I don't love this shade. I don't, but hopefully once we get it blended in, it'll be better. So I definitely don't know how they're claiming that this will cover tattoos when it can't even cover my dark circles under my eyes. Not loving that. Not loving this concealer, you guys. I feel like it looks very dry under my under eyes, and I just applied it and it's already creasing pretty badly. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's put on the rest of our face and see what happens. Can't get much worse than earlier, right? Okay, so it doesn't look like it's picking up the foundation, so that's good. At least not on my chin. Let's see the forehead and the nose. Thank goodness I didn't have the same issue to where the concealer took up this foundation or anything like that. So it must have been the foundation like I was thinking. But I mean, it's just like, there's nothing special about it, you know what I mean? I am going to put another layer on my under eyes and see if that does anything for the coverage, because right now I'm not liking the coverage, sadly. Okay, so that added a little bit of coverage, I think, but definitely not the amount of coverage that A, I was anticipating with a concealer called Camouflage Concealer, and B, the coverage that I typically like and go for with concealers. And it just looks honestly kind of drying under my under eyes. We're moving on. We're moving on with this base because it's fine. It's passable. So the next thing I have is their Essence My Skin Perfector Loose Fixing Powder. This is supposed to have an instant blur effect and natural matte finish, and I picked up the shade 05 Fair. I'm going to peel off this sticker here. And it is a little bit more of that yellowy sort of shade. I don't love that. I like when powders are white. Not like white, but more cream, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is definitely a pretty yellow powder, but it's okay. Let's give it a go. So this powder retails for $5.99. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp out these lines we got going on and put it on my under eyes. Okay, so I don't hate how it looks on my under eyes. It's not the best, but I don't hate it. So let's try it on the rest of the face. Okay, so when they say matte, they mean matte. Like there is like no shine going on my face anymore. It took it all away. I personally don't love that, but it feels nice and set. It doesn't feel tacky anymore, which I do enjoy. Yeah, and it actually, I don't know, it's not that bad. It doesn't look that drying either for how matte and like not shiny at all my face looks. It doesn't feel like tight and it doesn't look dry. And I don't think it changed like the color of my foundation at all. Sometimes with these yellow powders, they can like skew how I feel like my base looks, and this one didn't seem to do that. So, okay. Now, I mean, I would definitely recommend the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder or the Maybelline Fit Me over this. They're both a little bit more money. I think they're both like $8 and this is $6, but it's not a terrible option. Next up for a bronzer, I went ahead and picked up the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. Everything is matte, but that's okay. This is their Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I got the one for lighter skin. It says right here, lighter skin. And then there is one that says like deeper skin, I believe, and it's 01 Natural. This pan is massive, like massive. I'm a little afraid it's gonna be a little warm on me, but let's try it out. Also, this only retails for $4.99, which is pretty good deal for how large the pan is. Hello? I mean, I guess it's showing up, but not a ton. Definitely having to build and going with like 3 or 4 layers. Which the fact that I'm having to build it up quite intensely right now could be a winning factor and a selling point for some of you guys. Some of you might not want like a super intense bronzer that is like really pigmented right off the bat. And this definitely isn't that. I'm definitely having to really build this. But like I said, some of you might really like that. Okay, so it's building on itself very nicely. It's not getting patchy or anything like that. It is a nice shade. I was afraid it was going to be too warm, but I don't think it is. I think it really does give me a really nice sun-kissed look. So yeah, is this like my favorite new bronzer? No, probably not, but it's doable. It's nice. I think it looks nice on this skin. So yeah, it's okay. Then for blush, I already own this baby and I've talked about it quite a few times on my channel. I love this blush. I love this blush so much. It is there. It's just called The Blush, and it's in the shade Befitting. So this I already own, like I said, and these are $2.99. $2.99. I think that is amazing. That's kind of like, I love this so much that I was kind of expecting to love the bronzer as much. And so far I don't, but this I cannot recommend to you enough. It is a beautiful blush. It just goes on the cheeks so nicely. It's pigmented, but not like too intensely pigmented right off the bat. And I'm telling you, this blush lasts all day long. Like even when I wear it to work and I wear it under a mask, like yeah, it has that line cutting through it from the, you know, thing that goes behind your ear, but it does not fade. It does not budge. It is a beautiful shade. Oh my gosh, I love this blush. This is another thing that kind of like the eyeshadow palettes where I was like, should I pick up another one and just get another shade? But I was like, Emily, you have so many blushes. No, just love the one that you own. Okay, so I actually do not have a highlight from Essence. I have previously tried their Pure Nude highlight in the shade like 01 Be My Highlight. I'll pop up a picture here for you guys to see. And it was too dark on my skin tone, which I don't really understand because I've seen quite a few people on YouTube that are fair like me mention that highlight and like that highlight and wear it and it's fine on them and it's not too dark on them. I could not get it to work out, unfortunately. Whenever I would like wear it and look on the side, it would be beautiful and beaming and just stunning. But then when I would look straight forward, I would have like a little bit of a bronzy cast here. But I ended up decluttering that to one of my friends who has a little bit tanner of a skin tone than myself. So it'll work out a lot better on her. So instead, I'm just gonna use my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow. These are like $5.99, I think, or $4.99, so they're pretty affordable. When I had to supplement other products like the foundation, the highlight, I wanted to stick with drugstore affordable products. Oh, so blinding. Love this highlight. Then to finish up the lower lash line, I'm just going to mix together this brown and this tan shade from the Bronze This Way palette, and we're just going to run it along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that Wet n Wild highlight as my inner corner highlight. I don't think there's really an inner corner highlight that would work super well on me in either one of those palettes. Next up for brows, I picked up a pencil and a clear brow gel. So this pencil is their Essence Super Last 24-Hour Eyebrow Pomade Pencil. This is supposed to be waterproof. Interesting. And I picked up the shade 20 Brown. This retails for $3.49. Interesting. And then I also picked up their Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. This is just kind of like a clear brow gel, and this was $2.99. So this is what the pencil looks like. It's one that goes up and down. So I don't know. We shall see. It looks kind of dark, but I feel like there wasn't a ton of options. I don't know though. I don't hate how that looks on my brows. Looks kind of nice. I think that's a good color too, actually. I thought it was going to be too dark, but it matches my brows pretty nicely. There isn't a spoolie on the back of this, but there is this brush. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It says it's the brush. Okay, this is interesting. I've never seen a brush like this and not like a spoolie. I don't know though, I don't hate that. I don't hate that because it's very targeted, so you could really just move one hair if you want, which is kind of weird to say, but okay, that was just interesting. I didn't mind that though. I kind of like how that made my brows look. And then we're going to go in with the clear brow gel. The spoolie is rather large, so we shall see. Okay. Made my brows look nice and fluffy. Yeah, that looks good. It made my brows super fluffy and nice. So hopefully it will stay and like hold them in place really nicely throughout the day. I'm gonna let it dry down. Okay, so I let it dry down and it doesn't feel like too stiff or crunchy or anything like that. So hopefully it wears well throughout the day. Next up for mascara, of course I had to pick up a Lash Princess mascara, but I picked up the green one, which is the False Lash Effect mascara. So I have tried Essence mascaras in the past, and honestly, I'm not that impressed with them, but I know so many people love them and rave about them, so I wanted to pick this one up. I feel like the green one is the most popular, I think, at least as far as what we sell at our Ulta. I feel like we're always running out of this one. I mean, we're always running out of all of them, but this one specifically. So let's give this a go. I've tried the purple one in the past, and I've tried two other ones that aren't Lash Princess mascaras, and none of them I really was super impressed with and really remembered loving. So hopefully I like this one better. So that is what the wand looks like. It's just a straight fluffy wand. I'm sure a lot of you guys know because I'm sure a lot of you guys use these mascaras. Well, it got all over my eyelid, but that's pretty typical for me. not turning out how I thought it was going to. I don't love this. I don't think it's doing much for my lashes. It's getting all over my dang eyelid. And I just don't think it's doing much for them. It's not making them look like super long or full or anything like that. Okay, so I definitely think it looks better on this eye than this eye, which these tend to be my better lashes. But I mean, if you don't look good on my bad lashes, I can't keep you and can't recommend you, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. Look at those eyelashes. They don't look cute at all. And it's all over. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, it's cool. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on, yeah. Well, that ponytail ruined these curls, but I also did not have a setting spray. They only had one option that I saw, and it was a mattifying setting spray. And like 12 of the other products I was buying were matte products, and I have drier skin. So I was like, I'm not about to pick up a matte setting spray. Sorry about that. So I just ended up using my Haley's Beauty Refresh Ultimate Priming and Setting Spray. I just sprayed that on off camera. Lastly, for lips, I picked up one of their lipsticks. This is their semi-matte lipstick, and I got the shade 03 Bold. It just looks like a really pretty nudie lipstick, and this retailed for $3.99. So let's give this a go. I did not pick up a lip liner, so I'm just going to apply it. Okay, I like that. I think that's pretty. It doesn't seem like it's a really matte. I know it said semi-matte, but it seems to have a little bit of sheen and shine to it, and it feels comfortable on the lips. It's not matte, it's not drying, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna slip and slide everywhere. I like that lip color, the shade. It's not my favorite, but it is nice and pretty. It's a little bit like deeper, more peachy, rosy sort of shade. I don't know, it's pretty unique. But yeah, this is okay so far. And that was it, you guys. That was my almost a full face of Essence Cosmetics. Okay, this video, it did not turn out like I thought it was going to. I was expecting it to go a lot better, and I was expecting to like a lot more of these products. So here we are. I'm just gonna quickly go through and say, yes, I recommend, and no, I do not. So the Skin Love and Sensitive Primer, I'm not sure. As of right now, no, but I will keep testing it and try it out. The Pretty Natural, I keep wanting to say Pretty Fresh, that's ColourPop. The Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation, no. No. The Camouflage Matte Concealer, as of right now, no. My Skin Perfector Loose Fixing Powder, yes, if you want a matte powder, but I still would recommend quite a few other drugstore powders over this one. The bronzer, yes, I actually would recommend this if you are in the market for a, drugstore bronzer. This is a massive pan. Again, I would still recommend the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer or the Maybelline City Bronzer over this one, but it's not bad. The blush, yes, 1,000,000% love this so much. The eyeshadow palettes, yes, love these so much. They're so good and they're so pretty, especially for the price. The brush, I feel like I'm going all over the place, but the brush, no. I know it was super cheap and it was like all right, and it got the job done, but I'm not gonna like reach for this over my other brushes. The brow products, yes and yes. So far, yes. I will keep you updated. No, it just didn't look that good on my lashes. You know what I mean? And then lipstick, sure, yes. What do you guys think? What do you think of the look? What do you think of everything that happened in this video? If you got to this point, if you're still here watching, you're the bomb. Thank you so much. I love you. Let me know down below. Have you tried Essence Cosmetics, or have you tried any of these products that like didn't work out for me? Did they work out for you? Did I do something wrong? Let me know. Also, let me know if there's any other products from this brand that you guys are loving that I missed and just didn't pick up. I tried to pick up a full face though. Like I said, the highlight I couldn't get to work for my skin tone, and then the setting spray was matte, and I did not want another matte product. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had fun watching this. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.